Now is a great time to invest in cryptocurrency. There are a number of reasons why this new asset class has captured people's imagination since it was introduced in 2009. Crypto displays a number of characteristics that make it a very powerful and alluring concept. It allows for direct, peer-to-peer transfer of value in completely trustless transactions. It is fully decentralized, autonomous, writes all of its records to a public ledger, and its record keeping is completely immutable. These characteristics contribute to creating a brand new paradigm which represents a shifting tide from the free exchange of information to the free exchange of value. This has far-reaching and society-shifting repercussions and creates the conditions for mass disruption of intermediaries in virtually every industry. But that potential looks to have been lost amid the recent focus on price volatility. Being such a young market, there is genuinely no history to determine what is normal and abnormal in price behavior. One thing is for sure, volatility is the nature of this beast. The millions of new traders who entered the market during the massive uptrend loved the volatility when it was making 12-year-olds millionaires in a matter of months. However, once the volatility turned the tables on the bullish masses, all of the new traders panicked, declaring that the bubble had burst. Fueled by the sensation-seeking media machines, the panic selling resulted in downward volatility soaring and prices plummeting. At the same time, those who understand how markets really work waited patiently for the ideal buying opportunity and bought at or near the cryptocurrency lows. So I think that's where we find ourselves right now, a sort of return to form. Cryptocurrencies and the distributed ledger technology that they're built on will do nothing less than change the world in the most fundamental ways. They will have a similar impact on society over the next 20 years, akin to what the internet has done in the last 20. The future of cryptocurrency is very bright. So let's go through some reasons why now is a great time to invest, and what we can expect going forward in the next couple months. Welcome to ReadySetCrypto. This is your brain on blockchain. Now, before I get started, one thing I want to mention is that to protect yourself against the market moves and to be a more intelligent investor and trader, you need to understand how to read the market. I like to compare it to trying to go to a foreign country and trying to learn the language on the fly. Sure, you could do it given enough trial and error, but I think it'd be so much better if you had a teacher. So that's why Doc has prepared this new masterclass on fractal energy trading. This will give you advanced methods and techniques about how to trade the market, and really is the culmination of a lot of trading education and advice. So I highly recommend you check it out. Details are in the comments below. So the best way to make an investment is to focus on its long-term viability. Investors who become obsessed with a project's short-term analysis and small price variations end up making wrong investment decisions. You don't want to panic and dispose of your investment at lower prices when you should have held on longer until those prices recover. The cryptocurrency market is still volatile and price fluctuations will continue, with some coins certainly experiencing more volatility than others. Always look to the medium and long-term prospects of a coin. For those coins that can survive, true gains are likely not to be made until at least a couple of years down the road. By investing in cryptocurrencies today, you become part of the technology with the potential to transform the world as we know it for the better. By joining this space, you are playing a role in aiding the continuing development of this innovative and disruptive technology, which will benefit generations to come. But beyond just the deeper meaning of investing in cryptocurrencies as it relates to some altruistic gains, let's talk about some of the reasons you might want to invest in cryptocurrencies right now. So the first reason we should talk about is price action. Now, as we saw, many cryptocurrency investors became complacent as the significant cryptocurrencies moved higher month after month. No matter how bullish a market, prices will never continue to go higher forever. You'll see sell-offs even during a bull market. Simply put, sell-offs are part and parcel of how markets really work. Just like in healthy markets, the buyers will come back with a vengeance once the lows are in place. We can see this with how stubborn the price of Bitcoin has been around the price of 6,000, which is a good indicator that the tide may be ready to shift. The second reason is that cryptocurrency represents the changing face of money. Now, money is already mostly digital. It's not much of a leap to imagine paper currency becoming obsolete pretty soon. Every time you use a credit card, use PayPal, send a bank wire, you are just sending digital information. So it's a logical next step that money will morph into a 100% digital form. Cryptocurrencies represent the apparent first iteration of purely digital money. Now, of course, the question is, how will we store and how will we easily transact this cryptocurrency? But we already have widespread acceptance of smartphones, which I think initially will be the primary personal storage devices of this new form of currency. The next reason I want to cover is that cryptocurrency is not a financial bubble. Of course, the naysayers are going to compare Bitcoin to tulips or Beanie Babies. And make no mistake, bubbles do exist in many of the cryptocurrencies presently flooding the market. But the thing is, cryptocurrency is an asset class that is here to stay. Unlike tulips or Beanie Babies, cryptocurrency solves many vexing issues and is part of an irreversible social and economic shift. In other words, world-changing forces like globalization, the internet, and the ever-increasing connections of everything leads to only one conclusion. Cryptocurrency will not be a short-lived bubble. As a nice little addendum to this point, I also submit that everything is a bubble right now. So those who criticize cryptocurrency based on its appearance as a bubble are really ignoring the issues that are endemic to the larger economy as a whole. The fourth reason is widespread acceptance. These days, it seems we're getting more and more news about real-world acceptance of cryptocurrency. Massive institutions looking to use it, massive exchanges looking to trade it. This, combined with the continued progress towards scalability and usability, leaves no question in my mind that the overall trend is towards mainstreaming of the once underground world of cryptocurrency. The fifth reason is security. Now, barely a day goes by without news of a data breach or theft. Cybersecurity is a major issue of the 21st century, and blockchain technology is an apparent solution to the multiple flaws in the current paradigm. No matter how sophisticated the method of protecting data, hackers always seem to find a way to break in. The blockchain, by its very nature, is highly resistant to outside attacks, and I think this will only continue to become more and more relevant. The next reason we want to talk about is that SEC regulation and regulation as a whole is on its way, and that's a very good thing. As I've said multiple times, now is the right time to prepare for a more regulated ICO industry. This is because most ICOs are securities, and by US law, a security involves the investment of money in a common enterprise, in which the investor expects profits primarily from others' efforts. The SEC made it very clear that securities laws apply to most cryptocurrencies and exchanges trading them. Regulation is very good because it protects unsuspecting and inexperienced ICO developers and investors from abuse. Regulation creates confidence and trust in blockchain technology, and also greatly helps to reduce legal risk and liability, and gives more legitimacy and longevity to the industry. This is why I'm very much in favor of security tokens, or STOs, as they're today's new share in ownership of a company. The next reason is that crypto trading is open 24/7, 365 days of the year. Financial institutions and Wall Street are open from Mondays to Fridays, but crypto exchanges never close. And I think that access and trading capability of digital currency is of vital importance to today's modern society and the need to solve real-world challenges instantaneously and make decisions immediately. As the world becomes more globalized, as the markets become more integrated, I think this will be one of the best selling points about crypto. Another great reason to invest in cryptocurrency right now is that traditional investments are getting riskier and growth margins are getting thinner. And while traditional finance becomes more competitive, the crypto industry is exploding. Getting started in this industry early means getting in on the ground floor in a market that is still in high growth mode. Doing so will make it a lot easier to succeed than entering a market where the bulk of profits already have been claimed by a handful of connected insiders. Another great reason cryptocurrency is a worthwhile investment is that smart investors diversify themselves. When you really look at it, cryptocurrency helps to diversify asset classes. And that's all well and good for diversifying your portfolio, but you could also look at it from the perspective of countries that have suffered from hyperinflation like Venezuela and Zimbabwe. When it comes down to it, cryptocurrency is a new asset class, and that bears repeating. Another thing I want to stress is that the crypto market is still very bearish. The bear market offers investors an opportunity to purchase cryptocurrency at only a fraction from where it was trading at the end of 2017. Historically, Bitcoin has seen drops of over 80% and has come back multiple times to achieve all-time highs. Most other cryptocurrencies have followed the same trend. There's really no reason to think that this won't happen again, especially as more money enters the market. To that end, the next reason is that institutional crypto buy-in has been phenomenal. That's because crypto is disrupting traditional finance. Major corporations and financial institutions have been investing heavily in blockchain in order to be at the forefront. This move by financial institutions to blockchain technology is informed by the realization that this is the future. And even though it goes against their centralized values, they simply cannot miss out. Another reason to invest in cryptocurrency, and more specifically Bitcoin, is that Bitcoin has proven it is reliable and that it can scale. Now, many legacy systems and other cryptocurrencies have constant reliability issues. Bank systems can go down. We saw Visa and MasterCard go down earlier this year, and there's just general instability with online banking and payment cards. But Bitcoin has proven to be extremely reliable. The last time Bitcoin had a major outage was 2013. It was quickly fixed, and for now over 5 years, Bitcoin has been operational and reliable. We also saw an issue in December of last year where Bitcoin had high transaction fees and slow transaction times. But again, that was just a temporary issue, and now today the transaction fees and times are very low. And I think that's a good segue into the next reason I want to talk about, which is the Lightning Network. Now, the Great Bitcoin Scaling War started in 2015 and caused a lot of drama, stress, and doubt in the Bitcoin community. In 2017, the war ended with the activation of the segregated witness upgrade and the creation of Bitcoin Cash. And so this really set in stone the direction of Bitcoin development. Bitcoin is moving forward, and one of the greatest developments in Bitcoin history is the Lightning Network. To this date, Bitcoin has been great at being digital gold, but with the addition of Lightning, it can also be a payment system. Lightning Network is a technology that allows anyone to send Bitcoins instantly and with very low fees. And it simultaneously retains the basic ideology of a Bitcoin, meaning that no third party takes custody of your coins. In the Lightning Network, users create so-called payment channels, and payments are routed through this network of channels. Lightning also enables the swapping of different coins directly through the Lightning Network, as long as the coin supports Lightning. In the coming years, I fully expect the use of Lightning to continue to grow rapidly, and it could potentially not only change Bitcoin, but also online commerce in general. Additionally, I think this is an important foray into the future of not only Bitcoin, but cryptocurrency as a whole. When it comes down to it, blockchain is very slow. And so just like how the underlying technology of the internet, TCP/IP, hasn't really been updated in decades, we're going to build on top of these networks, these off-chain second layer scaling solutions that will enable us to grow these networks substantially. In essence, the next few years are going to be critical for scaling solutions, but if we can prove that this works, it'll be a tremendous win for the entire blockchain industry. The next reason I want to talk about is that the global economy, I won't say is on the brink of collapse, but it certainly is overdue for a correction of some kind. Consumer debt is already past the 2008 levels, and the arrival of trade wars between large countries is not going to help the situation. Now, I don't think that crypto is going to be some sort of safe haven if we see another 2008. But that being said, it is an alternative economy almost. As it stands, weak national currencies are already a great source of demand for Bitcoin, in addition to political restrictions set to stop people from taking their money outside of a country. Due to these issues, and due to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies' increasing popularity and acceptance, I see more people wanting to exchange increasing amounts of traditional currency into Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Essentially, the worse a traditional economy gets, the better it is for cryptocurrency and Bitcoin as a whole. This is why it makes sense for anyone to diversify a portion of their investment portfolio into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. I think this is also a great segue into another point, the battle against censorship. From a privacy perspective, cash is an important payment method, and traditional digital payment methods leave a lot to be desired in that sense. The digital revolution of money brings significant enhancements in ease of use, but it also causes problems for privacy. The dangers of moving into a police state where everything someone does can be monitored is very real. In the era of digital money and payments, cryptocurrency as an alternative retains some features of cash, which are very desirable. Another great reason to invest in cryptocurrency right now is that we're quickly approaching another halvening event for Bitcoin. The current estimate for the next halvening is May 2020. With the last halvening happening in 2016, currently there are only approximately 1,800 Bitcoins created per day. When that is reduced by half, it will further restrict the supply entering the market, and as over the years demand has only gone up, that of course leads to higher prices. Essentially, Bitcoin is deflationary by design, which is very appealing in an age of hyperinflation. One of the last reasons I want to talk about is that market sentiment is low, and that's the time to be bold. Now, Bitcoin's valuation has repeated certain market cycles since the beginning, and while the size and time frame of these cycles tend to differ, the same principles apply. We have times of massive bull markets with hype and growth, and we have corrections and bear markets. And then we have periods of relative stability and consolidation, and the cycle repeats itself. The big question is, are we in a prolonged bear market, or is this more like a pause between two massive growth periods, similar to what happened in 2013? It could very well be that the latter is true, which would imply that we would see another massive growth rally sometime in the next year. Regardless of the length of the bear market, I believe this is a good time to consider buying when sentiment is low, when we are well below the historical all-time high, and day after day we continue to see bullish news. So I think that's where we're at. Most people you talk to about cryptocurrencies today might believe that there's no more opportunity left. According to them, the ship has already left the harbor without them, and maybe there's an inkling to truth in that, but I think the real truth is that there's still many more opportunities lying ahead. The dust hasn't yet settled on this evolving money revolution. So what do you think? What are some good reasons to invest in cryptocurrency right now? And what are some good reasons to stay away? Let's discuss in the comments below. And that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and please consider subscribing if you haven't done so already in order to continue to see high quality cryptocurrency analysis and advice. Don't forget to hit the bell right next to the subscribe button in order to be notified when we put out a new video. Also be sure to watch some of our other videos and visit our website, where we've got more free cryptocurrency education, a free intro course, a free book, and a free newsletter. So definitely check us out. Thanks again for watching. This has been ReadySetCrypto, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.